Hey guys, it's Yoda Joe 93, and so we are going to be discussing. I just did a live stream for you guys, but it kind of got a little chaotic. We didn't get to really spend a ton of time discussing it, but Brandon, my friend on YouTube, wanted me to do a video about the Star Wars Outlaws game behind the scenes little footage. So this will be a full-length video, and it's going to be one video. Most people condense it into separate topics, but this video is going to be full-length, and we're going to discuss and break down the Star Wars Outlaws content that is shown through behind the scenes, and we're also going to talk about the new Ahsoka TV spots and break them down frame by frame. So in 3, 2, 1, let's watch this behind the scenes thing, and then we're going to talk about it. So cool. Oh, it looks so good. So awesome. Woo! That's cool. So cool. So Lucasfilm franchise. So this was work in progress. That's crazy. So franchise. So many people that worked on this. This is crazy. So cool. I love it. Such good concept art. Star Wars Outlaws, behind the scenes, creating a galaxy of opportunity. Lucasfilm San Francisco. It's cool. That's so perfect. I love that in the timeline. It's pretty cool. The Pikes. Oh man, Han Solo and Carbonite. That's so cool. So great. Can't wait to sneak attack on stormtroopers. It's so cool that we're gonna see different syndicates in the crime. So cool. Cool takedown. I love this. This behind the scenes stuff is so cool. I love it. Jabba the Hutt. And then the speeder. Very cool. I want his hat. His hat looks cool. That's awesome. I love the concept art. So the fact we're getting like a scum and villainy type thing here is so incredible. It just looks great. I love that we're exploring the underworld. So they say they're diving into the Lucasfilm archive and really bringing them alive, and this is really cool. Very genuine. I like that. Some of the bosses in this are going to be so cool. And then they say, like, you know, it's not just about bringing Tatooine back, it's about bringing these new locations and old locations and doing something different. And oh, you talk about like spaghetti westerns, that's cool. So kind of get a little bit Mandalorian flavor in there. Love how the atmosphere of the place looks. Authentic mood and feel. And so here we get like just a better look at the concept art. You really just can see how cool and how massive and vast this game is going to be. And just talk about the already established history. And then he says there's a new location that we collaborated on. So the new planet location, this is called Toshara, which is a brand new location. I like where it looks. You kind of got the orange sun, kind of orange planet entering the atmosphere here. No idea where this is, but it's very cool. So he says this has been built from the ground up. It says it's the scoundrel's fantasy at its beating's heart. Oh my gosh, the speeder stuff looks so good. I love the fact you can go on the jump. And he says, our goal is you feel like you're stepping into Star Wars. And that's what you want in an open world game, so go for it. And then this is an original Ralph McQuarrie, who originally did a lot of the Star Wars concept arts. This is like one of his original concept arts, and they went back to the concept arts to change things and make it feel as authentic as possible. And this is just kind of storyboard behind the scenes, just kind of them looking at even Jabba's sail barge. Very cool. And just all the creatures, the fact they start with all these cool models and how cool they look, it really just works. What you look at, honey? Oh, because record? Yeah, because live? Okay. Yeah, so it really stands out here. And it's just so cool seeing these character models. And creating a lived-in galaxy, they say. And then and so here, you just get to see this world, and it's so cool watching it build. And it feels alive. So you get to see all these different atmospheres, the creatures, everything just kind of feels different. And I really like this. I really like how this looks. I like the feeling of things. It really just kind of stands out on its own on a different level. And I really enjoy looking at all the different details, the atmospheres here. It really stands out. Wrestling with opportunity. It's also very grounded. And they've been getting inspiration from African locations, like Tanzania. So that's really cool. It looks so cool. And then they add the alien element to it, and look, just the locations. Everything here is beautiful. And that is what makes it feel like Star Wars, they say, which is cool. There's so many cool original people involved in this. Ubisoft is doing a really good job just conveying what they're trying to do here, and I really like that. It really just stands out to me. It really stands out in the Star Wars galaxy. And so wings with planes, that's cool. All the different creatures here. So just different places. And there's a vibrant city here. She says he looks like he's chilling on the thing. Miragana. Which is so cool. So it's ever present on Tashara. That's cool. So one thing you got to keep in mind is something that there's always something in the bio that grows there, what lives there. The flora, fauna. So cool. I like that. Into their way of life, really. We made it, Nix. That's so cool. So they built an authentic Star Wars world. That's a Rhodian. Very cool. You just kind of can see this is kind of the look at the underworld, and what the underworld is really stands out here. I think this is fantastic. And you can see the little creatures just kind of crawling up. So cool. And so they say you can travel, you can explore, and discover. I'm so excited to see the bosses in this game because they're so underworld focused. So what if we fight Lando? Maybe we work for Jabba, we betray Jabba, then we have to deal with the consequences of that. Maybe there's characters like Bossk, other bounty hunters. Since this is between Empire and Jedi, there's so much cool ground to cover here. And then he says, we really haven't been able to experience this in modern Star Wars gaming, which is so cool. And then you see her, she's going to stand up to an AT-AT, aka Chicken Walker. Fantastic. And then here we just see all the gambling going on. That person served the Empire, trying to work here. The stakes of the scoundrel lifestyle. And the open world promise which they're going to dedicate to. The ship combat looks great. Allowed us to create a game within Star Wars that had never been done. The attacks are cool. The strategic planning. So cool. So cool. This game looks incredible. This truly looks remarkable. And then the guy says, we only scratched the surface on what Star Wars Outlaws has to offer. So a promise which continues to grow stronger. There is so much more. So cool. So cool. Oh, dude, the hired gun is so cool. It's fantastic. Where do we go next? So cool. The ship adventure, the TIE fighters. So yeah, so that was the Outlaws footage. It's just cool seeing these different Star Wars planets and seeing how it's utilized and just all these things I just think stand out to me. They're fantastic. Something about them just really, really works. And you really feel like you can get the energy and the gist of how cool this is. And I think that really works. And I'm really stoked for it. I really think it is something that is unique in its own right, and it delivers upon that promise. And I think it's so cool. And so I'm looking forward to the game. But now we are going to talk about these Ahsoka TV spots real quick. Is it still recording? Okay, good. Sorry guys if I said recording on Zoom. Well, let's go. So here we go. So we got Luke and Grogu from Luke and Grogu from the Book of Boba Fett episode, where he says, hey, you gotta choose the armor or the lightsaber. And this is basically a Master and Apprentice ad, where it's Disney Plus advertising all of Star Wars and saying, okay, this is what we have for Star Wars. You need to watch this. And so we're gonna watch this, and we're gonna talk about it. Yoda says, always true there are a Master and an Apprentice. No more, no less. And here we have from the Obi-Wan show, one of the best scenes of the Obi-Wan show, Obi-Wan facing off against Qui-Gon, or against Anakin, one of the greatest scenes here. And he says, always two there are, no more, no less. A little bit of scenes from Phantom Menace here. And then we got Obi-Wan meeting Luke, so it's just kind of a, B-roll footage consistently just showing all the Master and Apprentice different relationships, which is really cool. And then, of course, this is them dangling the fruit in front of us, showing this specific shot of Anakin just to kind of, will Anakin be in the Ahsoka show? I think he might. Or as they say, coincidence? I think not. Because literally this is perfect shot of Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. And then we get footage of Ahsoka over the dialogue, seeing her purified white lightsabers. And then now, an apprentice. And now you see her facing off against Mirok, the new Inquisitor. She pushes him, and we see across the galaxy. And then Qui-Gon says, be mindful of the living force. Yoda on top of Luke, young Padawan. We get Rey. These are the Masters. And then you have, he will be tempted by the dark side. By Obi-Wan and apprentices. Then we see Shin and Balon. And then Balon says one must destroy and one must create. And then we got Luke showing his lightsaber to Grogu for the first time. And then we get Rey and then Revenge. Oh, there's the last sequence that we'll take Revenge of the Sith thing. Master. It's been a while. Things have changed. August 23rd. Sometimes we have to do what's right. Destiny of a Jedi. And then Luke says confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. And there's some other things I want to talk about here. So we get buckle up here. And then Leia says, never be afraid who you are, just sending tears down your face, pure emotions. A crazy good scene. And then we get Sabine, and it looks like Sabine and Shin are going to fight multiple times. This is a different scene than what we'd seen in the previous trailer. What you have learned, we have Luke versus Kylo Ren. And then Yoda says to Luke, we are what we grow beyond. fight between Shin and her. And then Yoda says, "That is the true burden of all masters." Alright. So this one really just kind of, we've seen footage in here before. This one just kind of shows us the master and apprentice dynamic that the show is going to carry a heavy burden on and really deliver upon, which is fantastic. So I love this. Now let's move on to our final one. Now or Never, which is only 46 seconds, but somehow we're going to talk a lot about this 46 seconds, I have a feeling. So Balon says there's so few Jedi left. You have Ahsoka here in a fighting stance, practical karate fighting stance, front foot right in the front, and then her back foot is turned towards the wall, and you have her in a perfect fighting pose. She's here getting ready to face off with the assassin droids and Marok. This is going to be fantastic. And then Balon hologram says she is coming, referring to Ahsoka. She gets ready to strike. The guard comes up, does her move, and then we get the red Lucasfilm logo indicating how dark this show is going to be. It's fantastic. Then we get Shin and Ahsoka running. And Ahsoka says our enemies are multiplying. We get a ship heading into the forest. And then we get Shin and Balon just showing their amazingness, why they're going to be two of the greatest new Star Wars characters. I love it. And then here we have Morgan Elsbeth, and you can see some Night Sister magic here. I believe that Morgan Elsbeth is a Night Sister, and they're just further showing this. Here they're kind of trying to show a map for how to get into the world between worlds, and then this is going to project into a big globe. The galaxy. So then we get Balon here, Shin, they're all kind of trying to enter the world between worlds here, or find a map to where it is. It says it's not safe. Here we have Ahsoka getting ready in this projector room where it leads to the world between worlds, where she's going to face off with Balon for the first time. And Balon is here, ready for war, looking badass with his orange saber. Love it. And I believe Balon may be either connected or inspired by Joruus C'baoth from the Heir to the Empire books. He looks like it, he acts like it. I'm just so excited to cosplay as Balon. He looks fantastic in this shot. And this fight looks incredible. I'm so hyped for this show, guys. And so then we got Sabine here, going cruising. And then Ahsoka says to her, "I could use the help." And then Sabine says it's now or never, meaning it's time to go find Ezra and deal with Thrawn. And then we get Hera saying, "Once a rebel, always a rebel." Punch it on August 23rd, which we'll be getting 2 episodes. Massive double watch party on August 23rd, guys. So look forward to that. It's going to be fantastic. Now let's get through the rest of this trailer. Now we get the Ghost and the other ships going into battle here. And then here we go. Balon's got his Thrawn assassin droids and some warriors here. And he says hunt them down, referring to Sabine and Ahsoka. So it's about to go down in this forest, which I believe is on Corvus. And here you can see the ship that came off of in the earlier shot. And here we get a nice combination shot of Shin and also Marok, the Inquisitor. Looks fantastic. I love seeing both of this. She's in the hangar. And then David Tennant says this is where it gets interesting. And Ahsoka is like, "I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." And is going to attack the assassin's droids. Very interesting. Then we get Hera says, "Get ready." Ahsoka says, "Ready." Ready. And then you have her kicking the crap out of everyone. Being badass. Rebels will rise. And then we get Sabine having fun in the cockpit, shooting down enemies. It's great. And then right here, let's go a couple more seconds. This is where it gets interesting. Ready. And then here we go. We got Sabine's ready to fight Shin in the forest with Ezra's lightsaber. And they get Chopper. Ahsoka comes in for the kill strike on him. Rebels will rise. And here we go. We get a really good shot of Shin in her armor. The reflection of the orange and green lightsaber off each other. And then their battle starts. looks amazing. Lightsaber combat in this show looks incredible. And then we get them doing their moves. You can see the sliced debris here. They sliced through that tree. So Sabine must still be learning how to use a lightsaber, because it looks like Shin's got so much rage and is just trying to cut through at every turn, which is brilliant. And now we have our Inquisitor Marok looking badass as ever. I think this very well could be Galen Marek or Berzoffi. I'm really hoping it's Marek, because I think it would be incredible. And he just looks awesome spinning the helicopter saber. And then we get him facing off with Ahsoka. It looks incredible. And then there we go, guys. That's the end of the thing. So let me know what you think of this breakdown. I'm so excited for the Ahsoka show. I hope you guys are too. And thank you so much for watching, as always. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. And may the Force be with you.